Glossary. The very name Sanskrit, abbreviated from Samskrita, implies the elaboration and subtle nicety of its structure, a perfectly constructed speech dedicated to literary and religious purposes, but also the spoken language of cultured people, and thus distinguished from the vernacular of the common people, Prakrita, or Prakrit, of which there are many dialects. Although the Sanskrit alphabet contains 48 letters, 13 vowels and 35 consonants, these are augmented by so many compound letters according as they are grouped in words, and to express shades of meaning and pronunciation, that about 500 distinct types, or symbols, are necessary for the complete equipment of a Sanskrit font. The reason for this nice distinction is the conviction that number, form, and color are inherent in every sound. Diacritical marks, corresponding somewhat to the Greek breathings, under and over letters, both vowels and consonants, change their sound value entirely, and as these lack significance to English eyes, having no correspondence with English usage, the best method to convey the pronunciation of Sanskrit words has been to spell them in English as nearly as possible phonetically. For example, the spelling Sakti gives no hint of the pronunciation of the word. In Sanskrit the S would have a breathing mark over it by which the letter would be recognized as having very nearly the sound value of SH in shun, or SS in session. Therefore, the spelling for the English reader should be Shakti, so also Sushumd, not Susumd, Akasha, not Akasa, Shiva, not Shiva. A is the most important vowel in Sanskrit, and its two sounds, long like A in R, and short like U in up, are distinguished by a slight change in the letters. Short or medial A is considered inherent in every consonant, unless it is followed by another vowel. A typical word to illustrate pronunciation and common usage is Pandit, a learned Brahmin, which has become most familiar to English eyes as well as ears in the spelling Pundit, which preserves its pronunciation. In the English theosophical works of the best-known writers, long A in Sanskrit words has the circumflex accent over it, and short A is without mark. E has the sound of A in May, long I, of I in machine, short A of I in kin, long U is like U in moon, and short, like U in push. RD, primordial universal force. The vehicle containing potentially everything. Agni, O almost like A in as, jihad, fire, sacrificial fire, god of fire, name sometimes given to Tehas Tattva. Akasha, subtle ether, fifth tattva, the subtle sound granules of space, without and within every atom. Anupadaka, the sixth tattva. Amrita, the nectar of the gods, the water of eternal life. Apana, a manifestation of prana, down breathing, eliminator of wastes. Upas, a tattva, water element, stimulator of taste, gustiferous ether. Atma, the spirit of the universe, highest principle in man. Almu, all blended together. The sacred word, its pronunciation needs to be heard, it may be pronounced as 2, 3, or 7 syllables, setting up corresponding vibrations. Avidya, ignorance, darkness. Buddhi, understanding, wisdom, vehicle of the spirit, connecting Atma with Manas, the determinative faculty, sixth principle in man. Chakra, a wheel, disc, a circling motion, a cycle of seasons or of years. Chitta, mind stuff. Fohot, force in its highest, most subtle state. Gari, compound consonants like ph, kh, t, th, gh, and bh are aspirated separately as in inkhorn, loghouse, a period of 24 minutes. Ida, the negative nadi down left side of spine. Ishvara, the soul of the universe, the same as Brahma, also the god Shiva. Kama, desire, longing, emotion. Karana Sharira, causal body. Karma, the moral law of compensation operating to produce all conditions of life, that force which operates to connect cause and effect unvaryingly. Monas, mind, the third principle of the universe from below. Mantra, metrical word or verse having an essential rhythmic virtue, hence spell, charm, incantation. Mahayahi Rupa, See text for full definition. An astral body. Mula Prakriti. Undifferentiated matter, from mula, root, and prakriti, matter, source. Nadi. A tube or a line along which something flows, applied indiscriminately to nerves, arteries, and veins. Same as which see, that undifferentiated word that has produced all manifestations. Padma. The lotus, a center of nervous force. Pingala. The positive nadi on right side of spine. Prajna. Unevolved matter, manifestation of mula prakriti, chief person or thing. Prakrita. The derived speech, the various East Indian dialects of the common people. Prakriti, undifferentiated cosmic matter. Nature. Prana. Breath of life, vital force, spirit, electricity and magnetism in different phases of the most subtle state. Prithvi. A tattva, the earth element, stimulator of smell, the odoriferous ether. Purusha, the personal life-giving principle in all things, human soul, supreme soul, spirit, the intelligence pervading nature. Raja Yoga. Literally, royal yoga, the conquering of the lower nature and uniting the soul with divinity, or attainment of soul consciousness and realizing that divinity within. Ruyi, negative phase of matter, lunare. Samadhi. Perfect concentration, a state of superconsciousness that carries one beyond the limits of reason, meditation bringing one face to face with facts which no instinct or reason can ever know, highest and last stage of yoga. Samana. A manifestation of prana, on breathing, active in assimilation and renewing processes. Shakti. The negative phase of any force, the seven Shaktis correspond with the sons of Fohat, the consort of a god, the god being the positive phase of a force. Shivagama. An ancient Sanskrit work attributed to Shiva. Shloka. Vedic verses. Sthula Sharira. Gross body. Sukshma Sharira. Subtle or etheric body. Svastika. A sacred symbol among ancient peoples of almost worldwide use, any lucky or auspicious object. Tantra. Sanskrit treatises on the science of the human body and soul. Tattva. The substance out of which the universe is formed, and the power by which it is sustained, the true elements, the essence or substance of anything, a form of vibration, truth, reality, opposed to what is fallacious. In compounds with other words, tattva always implies knowledge. In the original edition of Nature's Finer Forces, Rama Prasad spelled the word tattva, which gives the correct pronunciation, for although Sanskrit V has commonly the sound of V in every it is softened to W when preceded by a consonant. It was sadly misleading, and has contributed much to the confusion concerning the pronunciation of this word, that the English editor of the later edition of Rama Prasad's book changed the spelling to the Sanskrit form tattva without giving any explanation, and as all the other changes in orthography were to the end of indicating the correct pronunciation, the natural inference was that this came under the same rule. As a half-dozen dictionaries and as many Sanskrit grammars might be consulted without finding a hint of other pronunciation of V than in English fine, the above omission has tended to fasten this erroneous pronunciation upon the word. Moni A. Williams' Sanskrit Dictionary gives the rule I have cited, and I have the further authority of a Hindu Sanskrit scholar for the pronunciation given. Tejas. A tattva, the fire element, stimulator of the sense of sight, the luminiferous ether. Truti, a division of time, a measure of space, an atom, 150 trutis equal 1 second. Udana. A manifestation of prana, up-breathing. Upadhi, a basis of consciousness, of which there are three correlated to three regions of the universe, sensuous, intellectual, and spiritual. Upanishad. Ancient mystical writings, secret knowledge. Vayu. A tattva, air element, stimulator of the sense of touch and feeling, the tangiferous ether. Vyana. That manifestation of prana in which apis is prevalent, all over the body. Yoga. A division of Sankhya philosophy teaching methods by which complete union with deity is attained, yoga, to yoke. The adjective descriptive of methods is also yoga. Yogi. Hard G, one trained in yoga methods, a contemplative saint.